Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. Today I'm going to talk about different than. The other day someone left a comment after I said different than. I said, is it different than your accent? And this person said that's wrong. It should be different from. The person writing that said they felt quite strongly about that too, which I think is interesting. I'd never really thought about different than and different from before, so I looked it up and it turns out that different from is standard English. But a lot of people say different than, so it's not really wrong, it's just non-standard English. So I would say if you're learning English, you might as well go with the standard way of saying it. But if you want to say it the non-standard way, then I think that's fine too. Just be aware that some people will tell you that it's wrong. Personally, I don't really have a problem with non-standard English, depending on the circumstances, of course. If you're writing an essay for school, then you should definitely use standard English and follow the style guide for your school or university. But if you're writing a poem or writing in your diary or writing an email to a friend and you want to use non-standard English, then go ahead, I say. And I think it's important to remember that there are two kinds of mistakes. First, there are actual mistakes, things that native English speakers never say, like, can you borrow me the book? I think these are the kind of mistakes that you should be focusing on. And the other kind of mistakes, I wouldn't even really call them mistakes, just non-standard English. And whether these non-standard English expressions are right or wrong, I just leave that to the native speakers to worry about. Kia ora, in Stick News today, Jim Carrey is starring in an online video to help free a woman in Myanmar.
Jim Carrey is a Canadian-American actor. He's famous for being funny, but his latest role isn't funny. He's starring in a video on behalf of the Human Rights Action Centre and the US Campaign for Burma. They aim to help free a woman who is being held captive by the government in Myanmar, also known as Burma. CNN reported Aung San Suu Kyi received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991 for her non-violent efforts to bring down the oppressive military regime in Myanmar. She is now under long-term house arrest.
And that was Stick News for Wednesday, the 29th of August. Kia ora. Do you use non-standard English? For example? So is it better to say yes? What kind of situations? What's another example? Do you use double negatives? Yep. Like saying yep, that's non-standard. Standard English is yes. No, I don't think so. Not necessarily. Depends on the situation. If you want to be more formal, you could say yes rather than yep or yeah. Maybe at a job interview, but then it would depend on the job as well. Also, like at school, the school I went to, when the teacher called the roll, most of the students just answered yep or yeah. But if it was a different kind of school, like a private school, then I think the teachers might make the students say yes. Double negatives, like I don't have no money, that's non-standard English. Standard would be I don't have any money. No, I don't, but some native speakers do.
Which is standard English? A. That's my book. B. That's me book. A. She isn't going. B. She ain't going. A. I didn't see nothing. B. I didn't see anything. B. I gave y'all my payment last week. B. I gave you my payment last week. B. A. That school has been there a long time. B. That school been there a long time. A.
And that was the Daily Englisher. See you tomorrow.